I'm torn over whether I want to.
Yeah, that's the same conversation Sarah was having with Swinny that caused Lee to not to drop out of the group.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, you don't really have to worry about spoilers because they already revealed everything in the trailer.
Yeah, pretty much. They kind of ruined that, didn't they?
Yeah, that was. Oh, we're live too. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I thought I'd get you off guard.
That was my big problem with the trailer was they just completely ruined their opportunity to have this suspense because we already know that at some point Superman and Batman are going to stop fighting and they're going to both have to team up to fight Lex Luthor.
Or somebody.
Whereas, if they didn't do that, it would have just been like, oh, cool, they're going to fight. We don't know how it's going to end. This could be really interesting. But now we already know, oh, okay, so that first half of the movie is going to be completely pointless.
Yeah. I mean, the teaser trailer only talked about them fighting. It didn't mention, and this is not spoiler because it's been publicized, but Wonder Woman made an appearance in the second trailer.
Yep.
And some sort of, because they didn't mention by name, some sort of ominous, monstrous creature.
Yeah, I got his name from somewhere. I can't remember.
Doomsday.
Doomsday, that's the one. He killed Superman in one of the comics.
Yes. Yet again, not a spoiler because, that was in the comics.
Yeah. They don't match up, but they're not always accurate. But yeah, it was so dumb. And then I think that line in the trailer, the stupid, "Is she with you? Oh, I thought she was with you." It was just so fucking dumb.
By the way, nice Batman voice.
Oh yeah, I've been practicing.
Yeah. So I was a bit more of a Bane fan, using a Coke can. You've never seen how to do that?
I think I have actually, yeah. But
I mean, reading the lines.
It was just, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go see it.
I'll wait for it to come out on DVD.
Yeah, I'll go see it at the cinema just because I can't not see Batman. And then I've heard that Affleck actually puts in a decent performance.
I like how everyone's gone with the Batfleck thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing I'm looking forward to is those rumors going around that he is going to be making his own Batman movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he may be writing his own Batman movie because he's good when he writes and he's good when he directs himself. Like, Argo was amazing.
I don't think I saw Argo.
It's on Netflix. Check it out. It's absolutely brilliant.
Nope, Sari's having trouble.
Ah.
Suppose this is a good time to say welcome to the next episode of Angry Pretzels, where we stop giving a shit. Rather than set up some sort of elaborate scheme of how we're going to do things, we've just decided just to wing it.
I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this one turns out. Can you hear that wretched dog barking in the background?
Yeah.
God damn it. I swear, as soon as I go and try and do a video, he drops on in.
He just wants to be part of it.
No, he just wants to come inside because he's being a jerk. He'll get bored of it eventually.
But yeah, I will go see it and I will let you know my thoughts on it once I've seen it. But I'm not going into it expecting it to be good.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's expecting it to be good. I guess that's why Swinny was somewhat surprised.
Yeah. From what I've heard, it's basically 5 movies in one.
Oh yeah.
And what they should have done is made 5 movies instead. And then it would have been all right. Yeah. But because they're trying so hard to catch up to the Avengers, and rush Justice League out. They're just, yeah, but let's shove all these movies in together and let's just build up all this lore and stuff like that. Like the whole Robin thing as well is that because the Batman you've got in this is Batman right towards the end of being Batman. So all this shit's already happened.
I hear that.
Like, Robin's already been killed by Joker, which was Jason Todd Robin. And that's from the comics where Joker tortured and killed him.
I thought Jason Todd killed the Joker and then became a Joker on his own.
Yeah, that was it. So yeah, Joker told Batman that he killed him. Turns out he didn't. He came back as Red Hood.
That's right.
Who was like Batman, but he killed. Except in this one, apparently Batman kills people.
Yeah, I heard that as well. I've got to do something about that dog. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, nothing like throwing all structure out the window by, dropping off air for a couple of minutes to sort out a misbehaving dog. Who, FYI, was just literally standing right at the back door, just barking his head off. And Sarah's having a no end of trouble.
Oh, okay. What, trying to join or?
Yeah, and apparently Matt's having trouble in the kitchen. Go figure.
Better than trouble somewhere else, huh?
Yeah, married joke, I get it. Speaking of which, tonight's episode is presented to you by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Apparently, the beer that started off being the most bogany thing you could drink and is now a bit of a douchebaggy, what's the word for it?
Hipster.
Hipster, that's the word for it. Apparently, you're a hipster if you drink bogan beer.
Yeah. Yeah, they did that in the States. They put all the ads towards hipsters and it became a hipster drink. Sort of like what VB did over here.
VB's a hipster drink now?
Sort of. It's sort of a hipster drink, sort of just because it's cheap.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, to tell you the honest truth.
Yeah, I have tried the Pabst stuff. I mean, it's okay for American beer. That's about all I can say about it. It was all right.
I find that beer just tastes like beer when it comes to a can. I know that sounds like a silly statement, but like I bought this, granted it was really cheap, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was apparently a Mexican cerveza beer in a can. And I cracked it open, I've been drinking it, and it's just like, it tastes just like beer out of a can. I couldn't tell whether I'm drinking BB or Tui's or Forex Gold.
The thing with the canned ones is if you take them and then pour them into a glass, then you'll notice the difference. Then they'll taste like what they're supposed to.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I still think
it sounds weird, but it does sort of work.
Yeah. I think people just need to stick to what they like.
Yeah.
Why venture out? Why try and get new people? Just enjoy the beer.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've been sitting on some news articles that I've been wanting to read to people or bring up in these sort of podcasts just because they're kind of ridiculous and it just makes you stop and think.
Okay.
So, first of all, I have an article where in Argentina, a football referee has been shot dead after issuing a red card.
Okay.
So this is back from February 17th. This was online. I'm just going to open up the link now. But basically, from what I read of the article, the player that was red carded pretty much just got up. Instead of going onto the bench, he walked out, went to his bag in the locker room, pulled out a gun, came on the field, and shot the ref.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah. Very keen on his football, apparently.
Gee, that's... So, why did he have the gun in his locker?
I didn't fully understand that either. I guess Argentinians like keeping guns in their lockers. Who knows?
I mean, if it was America, I mean, yeah, I could understand, but...
Yeah, well, yeah. Actually, I'm not sure if it was actually football as in gridiron or football as in soccer. Because, I mean, soccer hooligans.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if it's Argentina, I would say soccer.
No, it's soccer. Yep.
Yeah. Hey.
We have somebody else joining in who hasn't turned on their webcam. Hello, Sarah. No, she hasn't. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves. Give me 2 seconds.
Yep.
And another display of professionalism at its finest. So Sarah still hasn't found a webcam or a microphone.
No.
She just sent through saying, joining made my laptop freeze.
Oh, God.
Considering she only bought it not that long ago, it's kind of ridiculous.
That's a little worrying.
Well, it is. It's
okay,
a HP.
So, there you go. So this soccer player. I'm still just curious about why he had the gun there. What kind of gun was it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to read now. It doesn't actually say. The article doesn't mention. I'm assuming it's a pistol.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he must have just taken it really seriously. Maybe he thought the ref was cheating.
Still quite hardcore.
Yeah, I know it is. It is. Because I mean, you have to wonder the thought process. Did he actually honestly think that he would be able to go back on and continue playing, or be back for the next match or the next season?
Yeah, this will be fun, guys. Just we can sort this out.
Just bear with me.
Match, right?
Just bear with me. This is just a theory, but this could work. It might help us win the game.
I think it's the same logic of people denied entry to a pub who think that the best option is to argue with the bouncer.
Oh, of course. We've all been there.
It just makes so much sense, you know. Of course, once he sees it from your point of view, it'll all just work out.
Of course. Did I ever tell you about Swinny and I when we went to that gaming convention for the release of Dead Space 2 and like Bulletstorm and all that?
I heard a couple of stories about that, but go on. I may not have heard this one.
This wasn't actually at the event. This is afterwards when the event closed. Interesting side note, or more a relevant side note. the towards the end of the night, like the last hour of the evening, because they had free booze at the bar, but it was only beer and like Smirnoff Mules, which are like Smirnoff and ginger beer.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but towards the end, I was standing in line, and the woman in front of me, I think she must have been a promoter for the event. Anyway, she went to the bar staff and was like, "Oh, where's the tab up to?" And I want to say it was just short of like the 4 or 5 grand. And in the split second that they said that, I was thinking, okay, she's about to shut down the bar. And her response was, "Oh shit, is that all they've drank? We've got to get rid of this. Open up the bar."
Nice.
So I was the next person in the queue, and so my first question to the bartender was, "What's the most expensive item on the drinks menu?" He busts out a bottle of this like green label Patron. I guess it must have been top shelf or something. But he busted it out and it's like, it's like $20 a shot or something like that. And so my response, of course, was, "I'll have 2 with vodka and Red Bull chasers."
Did you go top shelf
so you
vodka
can imagine.
as well?
Sorry?
Did you go top shelf vodka as well?
No. When you're mixing with Red Bull, you don't really care what it was. So I didn't have both of them. One was for Swinny.
Yeah, of course.
So that was a couple of hours before the event closed. So you can imagine what we were looking like once the event was finally closing down. I'm sure you can guess on that.
Oh yes.
So we decided we hadn't have enough, clearly. So Swinny and I were going to go up to the pubs. So we went to one of the club, whatever it was, and the bouncer basically said to us, "Okay, you've had too much. You're not coming up." So I did that trick of trying to discuss it with the bouncer. I believe Swinny wanted to try to take a swing at him, and I wanted to talk him down. Which usually is how it happens with Swinny and I. Swinny, when he gets drunk, he wants to take a swing, and I want to beat people at their own, I want to word it out with them, have a word fight.
Yeah.
So anyway, after like 10 minutes discussing with this bouncer about the state of our drunkenness, I eventually said, "Okay, look, what's going to happen for you to let us up? What do we have to do?" I wasn't necessarily thinking bribe or blowjob, but I was open for it. And eventually he just said, "All right, look, there's a Hungry Jack's across the street. Go over, have a feed, drink a shitload of water, and then come back and see me." Sweet. Any normal, rational, sober person would think, okay, that's a maybe, depending on how badly I come back.
Yeah.
The drunk person will go, "Sweet, that's a guarantee. I only have to have 1 bottle of water and 1 meal, and I'm done. I can go up." Of course, it's a promise. So Swinny and I did what we were asked. We went over, we got Hungry Jack's, we got everything, whatever the fuck it was, some sort of burger, cheap place. Ate our food, drank a bottle of water each, and then went back over. And we were thoroughly insulted when the bouncer still wouldn't let us in. Like, what an asshole. We went over there and ate for nothing, despite the fact we were already talking about it before we got to the door. So rather than continue to argue it out with the bouncer, we ended up wandering down the street and finding a normal bar, not a club, but just a normal bar, and they were willing to serve us. Of course, the problem was that I actually had to leave with Swinny early because what was happening, I think we only had 1 beer each because somehow each of us managed to drop our beers on the ground and shatter them all over the floor. So
always good stuff.
Of course. And this bartender girl took it in her stride, all smiles. She came out and she swept up all the glass, got a mop out. That was the first time, and I felt so terrible. Sarah's with us. Yay.
Yes, finally. Thank you for almost fucking up. Just saying.
Oh, well, that's what you get for buying a HP.
Well, you know what? I bought what I could afford from, you. So
Well played.
I blame you.
Well played.
This is all
It's
your
all
fault.
his fault.
Exactly.
Of course. Oh yeah, so finish off the last of the story. So every time I dropped Swinny or I dropped a glass of beer on the ground, I tipped her $10 to try and to compensate for her loss. So I had to leave when I stopped running out of money to tip her with. I think I tipped her about $40. Well, $40. So you do the math. $10 per glass. So it got to the point where I was like, okay, Swinny, we need to leave because I cannot afford to be here any longer.
Wow.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, you missed the best part.
Obviously.
Yeah, clearly.
Obviously. It's okay.
Too busy restarting.
Yeah, too busy trying to get onto your podcast to begin with. It only took me, 20 minutes?
I know, I'm amazed at your dedication.
To be fair, I think the first time we tried it, how long did it take us to set it up? Like, close to an hour
Yeah, pretty
before we
close.
got it working?
But this was just an elaborate scheme to make you do 20 minutes worth of work just to get on.
Work, you mean?
Yeah, work. So what's Matt cooking for dinner, and how is he fucking it up?
Well, he just needed a hand. He's still learning. We're having meat and veggies, and it's going to be delicious. I'm so looking forward to it because I'm so hungry right now.
Yes, you look like it.
I am pretty hungry.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was supposed to mean, but it's out there now.
Well, it's either you saying that I look very skinny or I look quite fat. So I don't know.
I think it was more that you're looking ominous because you're looking down at us like we're a steak sandwich and you're about to eat us. Hang on a second. Put that back up to this to the monitor, to the camera. Your food. Okay, that looks pretty awesome. Hey, Matt.
So don't mind me. I'm going to eat and talk at the same time.
It's okay. This is a very professional podcast we're running.
I can tell.
Clearly.
Yeah. Because I've been sitting here the whole time and we haven't had a single bit of dead air.
Oh, okay. Well, that's always a good start.
Also, there's definitely hasn't been a dog barking and frustrating us all.
That hasn't started here yet, so don't jinx it.
I'll send Quasi over.
Yeah,
No.
actually, I haven't had a bell interruption yet either. So
I was looking for her actually. She's not sleeping on the couch anywhere.
no.
No, not this time around.
on another one for the many bets.
What was that, Sarah?
Oh, I was just saying there's a little dog that lives across from the park.
Mm.
Any time of the night it just starts barking and it's like how can anybody sit and listen to that and be like, oh no, that's okay, the dog will shut up in a minute, even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Seriously, shut your fucking dog up or I will. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm against animal cruelty, but when your dog starts barking at 2 o'clock in the morning and you don't do anything about it, I'm going to do something about it. Just saying.
All I'm reminded of is the Seinfeld episode.
Huh?
What was that?
I'm just reminded of the Seinfeld episode with where Elaine tries to get Newman to take out the dog that keeps barking near her apartment.
Yeah, something like that.
I've seriously got to go back and watch Seinfeld.
That we're talking about it. It fully just started yapping.
Yeah. I
reckon they're watching it. They're plotting against me.
Probably.
That has to be it.
So what's your email, Sarah? We'll hand it out.
Pardon?
What's your email and phone number? We'll hand it out to them.
I got nothing. I got nothing. I'm too hungry to think.
Well, very soon there'll be an email address for info@damnationproductions.com, so anybody viewing can send your horrendous complaints to that address in about a week or so.
Complaints are heaps fun though.
I know. They're always the most ridiculous things to listen to.
And can you really complain about something that's free that you chose to watch on YouTube? Wait, what am I talking about? It's YouTube. Of course they can.
You can complain about absolutely everything in life. If you can't, then you're just not trying hard enough.
Well, you're not complaining. You're just pointing out the flaws in everybody's belief systems.
Well, no, I complain. I respect other people's beliefs, but I still complain. But I can admit it. So that's a start, at least. Not many people can admit that they complain.
Not many women can admit they can complain. No, what I said was not many women can admit that they're just honestly complaining, rather than enlightening.
No.
Please, dolls.
I know what I'm complaining. I usually do it on purpose. It's fun.
Is Matt in the room? Can he hear that?
No, he's in the lounge room. He knows it. It's okay.
I was going to say, your house, your townhouse, is it a townhouse or is it like an actual house? What's the classification of that thing?
Villa.
Villa?
Yes.
Well, I'm pretty sure, from what I remember of your villa, it's a very open plan, so it didn't matter whether it was in the kitchen, the dining room, or the lounge room, it's all the one room.
No. I'm currently sitting in bed.
Oh, eating in bed.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's the best place to eat. What are you doing? Like, bed is the best place to do anything. You should know
I agree
this.
with some of that.
Well, okay, so yeah, there are obviously certain things I wouldn't do in bed, but eating is definitely one of them.
Yeah, but I just think crumbs in the bed. That's what I used to eat in the bed, and then I just But when you're a kid, right? You eat cookies and milk in bed, and then you're scratching all night because there's frickin' crumbs everywhere.
Yeah, but that's your own doing. It should be more incentive to be more careful. I mean,
This
really.
is true. Or it gives you incentive not to eat cookies in bed. Or toast, for that matter. Toast is worse.
I have two pretty decent crumb catchers, so I don't really have to worry about that too much.
Wow. I've heard those appendages referred to a lot of things, but crumb catchers is not one of them.
Everything I wear has cleavage, so there's no escaping it. That's exactly what it is.
I'm just envisioning that as a pickup line at a pub. It's like, give us a look at your crumb catchers,
It would really only work for like bigger busts though. It's really like, yeah. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Well, I'm pretty sure rack only applies to a certain sizing. I mean, you know, if you meet an A cup chick in the club, you're not exactly to go. You've got a nice rack there.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but who would ever say that to someone that has an A cup?
I don't know.
They're not nice. They're not nice at all. I'm sorry.
Hey, each to their own, okay? Each to their own. Some people like, having sex with someone that looks like a teenage boy. Yet again, please send all hate mail to info.
Yeah, Godfrey, why don't you take a seat? Why don't you just take a seat right there?
As long as I can be here as you're reading it out loud, that would be fun.
Oh dear. So speaking of it,
oh no, you're good. You're right.
No. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, did you have any other bizarre, possibly gun-related soccer-related news stories for us?
Well, I have a collection of news stories here. So, I'm not sure if anyone knows who Elizabeth Ellie Edmonds is. Apparently, she's some sort of model, I guess. I don't know. Never heard of her. But anyway, someone of reputation has recently pleaded guilty to accepting fundraising cash for make-believe cancer. So just let that sit for a moment. So, 2 years after raising funds to treat her make-believe cancer, Elizabeth Edmonds has pleaded guilty to fraud, but said she was under significant duress. The 32-year-old has admitted to accepting $2,135 in donations during an online-driven fundraising campaign to help treat late-stage ovarian cancer.
Yeah, was she that chick that came out with like? Oh no, I'm thinking of that chick that told everyone she had brain cancer. Never mind.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Oh yeah, I know the one you. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's a different chick though, by the sounds of it.
Yeah. This one went so elaborate that she actually posted photos of her with her head shaved, supposedly after chemo. But turns out that was just for some sort of modeling shoot that they asked her to shave her head.
Fair enough.
Oh, and it went further. She then told people she was diagnosed in April of 2014, and that by September it had spread to her lungs. She went into great detail online about her plans for her funeral. So this girl really milked it.
Wow. Yeah, no,
so,
that's not right.
No.
So what is she like getting? So what's happening to her now? Like now that it's all been like come out. Like she'd obviously have to give that money back somehow.
Yeah, well, she's being sentenced. She's due to be sentenced in May, so they're leaving it for a while. But yeah, it doesn't actually say what. It doesn't actually say what she's going to have to do. She was quoted as saying, "I just want to pay everyone back, and I promise I'm going to do that."
What even encourages somebody seriously to come out and be all like, "Oh no, I have cancer. People give me money," like, and then go that far into it? Like, so many people suffer from it already. Why would you make it appear worse?
Yeah, well, just harping on about it.
Yeah. Anyway.
I just don't get what they think is going to happen. It always turns out the same way. Like, people find out that you're full of shit.
It
Yeah.
doesn't actually say what sort of like the.
It's just saying like it's one of those things that people will obviously figure it out in the end. Like why?
She doesn't
why
die.
start it?
Yeah. She was a former pin-up model in the rockabilly scene.
In the what scene?
Rockabilly. So obviously she had a very long career of modeling in her future plans. So I don't fully understand it myself either. Like, it's one of those things. Like, do you honestly expect that?
Like a mental evaluation or something?
It didn't say. Well, we'll have to wait till May what they're planning on doing with her.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll give her cancer. Just saying, punishment should fit the crime.
One of those just out of spite, her body turns around and goes, "Well, since you already told everybody, let's make this happen."
Or they could go, I suppose, couldn't they inject her with cancer or give her cancer?
Yeah, I don't think it works like that. Maybe some sort of like radiation, but
There we go.
Yeah, but then you got the risk that they'll turn into some sort of super villain.
But really, would that even happen? Really?
Well, you've always got to consider it.
Yeah, because that's exactly what we need right now.
Well, one man's mutation is another man's evolution. I mean, that's how we evolved to having opposable thumbs. Yeah.
Yes, we could hear that.
Sorry?
I said yes, we could hear that.
Oh, Xander?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't had much sleep today, so he's playing a bit of havoc.
Did he admit to
Tried to
having
get
the balloon?
Sorry?
Did he admit that he had the balloon?
Oh, no. Never admitted to that. No, he, as you can tell, I got my hair cut. So on the way home from that,
you did too.
See, no one ever notices. So
I would
around
have
the corner from
I was face to face with you.
Sure. Well, I suppose she was distracted by the food.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
I'm hungry,
no,
leave me alone.
Hang on a second. Hand it over. Hand it over. Give me the peanut butter. Thank you.
Oh, but peanut butter is delicious.
I know, but you don't eat it with your hands.
Then clearly you're not trying hard enough.
Clearly, he's not
If anything,
spending
you're
enough time.
saving yourself some washing up. So I'm gonna have to wash this book when I'm finished.
No, Sarah. You know what? You're not babysitting. I don't trust you. Although you couldn't do any worse than Veronica. Do you know that the only reason Xander knows what a wet willy is? That sounds dirty. That sounds really dirty, especially to people of younger generations. Okay, everyone's aware of the expression "wet willy," where you lick your finger and stick it in someone's ear. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't sound like a complete pervert. Right. Good.
Now that's covered.
You're
okay.
the one that said it. That was your
I know.
doing.
I know, but here's my point. A child of the age of 5 should not know that it's funny to lick your finger and put it in someone's ear. But thanks to his mother, he now does that on a regular basis. I'll be sitting in bed.
Funny.
It's not funny. When you're sitting in bed trying to read your child a story to get him to sleep, and all of a sudden a wet finger gets shoved in your ear, it just enrages you.
That sounds hilarious.
No.
I mean, as long as it's not happening to me. But when it's happening to you, it sounds hilarious.
It's pretty much like that. Godfrey, I think that's a sign that you need to send Xander around to Ben's place and tell him to put him to bed.
No. I'm just going to download a copy of this from YouTube, and I'm going to keep it in reserve. And then when YouTube have kids, I'm going to bring this video up again and just see what your reactions are.
Hey, I already get woken up by spiky cat kisses, alright?
You want to know how to stop that? You close the door.
No,
Stop
she
letting
doesn't
your pussy
like
in
closed
bed.
doors. No, closed doors don't work. That sets off just an opera of meowing.
At least she doesn't scratch.
Oh no, there's that too.
Shred the door. Oh, right.
I think I'm just lucky enough that my cat hates me enough to not do that.
Why does Cupcake hate you, apart from the fact that you named it Cupcake?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
She just does. Oh no, she was just climbing on the window then. I would have asked her, but she ran off. The moment she realised that I'm in here, she just ran off.
She hates her mummy. Does she like Matt?
More than she likes me.
Yeah, I think
What
it's
about
the
Emma?
name.
She
Yeah,
loves
probably.
Emma. Loves Emma, and Emma hates cats. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, it makes sense to cats.
Yeah, Cats are bastards, though.
Oh, they're evil.
Yeah, most definitely.
Complete jerks. I think that's why I like them, actually.
Why? Because you're a jerk.
Yes, and because they're not needy. Like, they don't give a fuck.
Oh, they can be.
Basically.
They can be.
When they want something, though. Like, in the sense, like, I'm not a huge fan of dogs, especially ones that bark. But I'm not a huge fan of dogs in general. I've got nothing against them. I just don't particularly like them because they're always running around. They seem dopey. They seem like they, it doesn't matter you get people that are nasty to dogs and nice to dogs, and the dog just still sticks around most of the time. Whereas a cat, it only wants you when it wants something. If it doesn't want anything, it couldn't care less about you. It just completely ignores you. And that's what I like about them. Low maintenance.
Unless you're my cat who is currently walking around the house meowing because there's a moth on the ceiling. And she wants it and she can't reach it.
Yeah, we get that all the time with geckos.
Geckos?
Mm-hmm.
Geckos?
Yeah, little lizard things, geckos.
I know what a gecko is, but why does she have a problem with geckos?
Oh, because they're just all over the place, and yeah, they're too high. She can't reach them. So the logical way to deal with that is to whinge at it, and hopefully it'll come down.
See,
Sounds
the
just
little
like
gecko,
a cat to me.
The little gecko here, it's actually learnt about the cat, and it stays on the roof so that it can't get eaten, like every other little lizard that runs around in the garden.
I used to have a cat that was scared of cockroaches.
Scared of them?
Scared of them. Like, if she was sitting there eating her food and a cockroach came running towards her, she would run away. She was a neurotic cat. Absolutely neurotic.
Yeah, see, mine just tries to eat them.
What was that?
Mine just tries to eat them.
Then faster and faster, so
cockroach,
her food.
Yeah, it's just every time there's a cockroach, oh, I'm going to eat that.
When she catches it, does the whole thing actually get eaten?
If it's a tiny little one or like a little moth, yes.
See, now my cat eats everything except for the legs. So whenever she catches a spider or a cockroach or a lizard, guaranteed you there will still be legs left over. She'll eat everything else, but she'll leave the legs. Thank you so very much for that. Now I have to
Does she leave it on your bed?
No, she left the legs of a huntsman that was probably about that big. Like it was fairly decent sized huntsman. The legs of it at the end of my bed. She brought it into me. She showed me. She was so proud. She's like, "Look at me! I've caught a big huntsman." And then she ate it at the end of my bed. Except for the legs. She left me the legs. Because apparently that was a nice thing to do.
Well, cats want to show you that they're a good hunter and that they can kill things.
That's why she doesn't get in trouble. Because she's a terrible hunter. So it's actually really good when she catches something.
I used to have this white cat. It was a Himalayan, big, fluffy, and white. And it was absolute retard. It would there would be magpies on the lawn, and you would see it slowly stalking across the lawn. It was a white fuzzball, and it thought it was getting away with it. The birds literally looked at her and just had this look on their faces like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing, you idiot?" She was. I think actually she did get some brain damage when she was a kitten because she had no sense of smell, and she did these really weird things. Like she would go out into the lawn and dig a hole to take a dump in, but she would spend half an hour digging this massive deep hole. She'd be there just burrowing away. She'd then turn around, squat next to the hole, take a dump next to the hole, and then put all the dirt back in the hole and walk off. So there was like this disturbed patch of dirt with a turd next to it.
That's amazing.
The dedication. It took literally half an hour for it to take a shit.
Oh, Belle just has this really bizarre thing where she will go to the toilet in her litter box. You know, you'll hear the crystals and everything she's scratching around, and then as soon as she's done, just freaks out and runs to the other end of the house while doing that weird running meow that they do. I think that every time she's turning around and just going, "What the fuck is that?" and just bolting.
God, I hope she never gets pregnant.
Cupcake does the opposite thing. She'll go absolutely like ape shit, like running through the house like full speed. It's funny now because we've got tiles and she's still not used to it. She does that for about 10-15 minutes, races into the bathroom, uses her litter box, and then just struts out of there like nothing happened. Like nothing has happened for like the last 20 minutes. And then she'll just lay down and go to sleep. It's like, you really needed to burn that much energy just to use your litter box? Really? Doesn't make sense.
It worth it. Could it be a distraction?
Ah.
I don't know. We'll never understand them. I'm still convinced that cats are going to be our future leaders. Because they will. We all know what's going to happen.
They already are.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's if you guys, you've all seen Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Yeah.
Caribbean,
yes.
however you want to pronounce it. Did you ever hear that expression that Jack Sparrow said, which was, "You can always trust a dishonest person to be dishonest. Honestly, it's the honest ones you have to look out for because you never quite know where they're going to do something stupid."
Well, that makes perfect sense.
It does make perfect sense, but I think the same way about cats and dogs. Like, you've heard all the horror stories about people that have had this dog since it's a puppy. It's been the family pet. Everyone loves it. Yes, that's some nice corn there, Sarah. Hang on, let's just watch Sarah eat some corn for a second. Okay, moving swiftly along. So you hear all the horror stories. A family's brought this dog up from a puppy, and final it's like family pet, and then all of a sudden it turns and mauls somebody. Just out of the blue, for no apparent reason, doesn't matter whether it's been mistreated or not. All dogs have this potential to just freak out and tear into somebody at a moment's notice, just because it's ingrained in them to have the wild nature. So, but cats, you can always consistently bet on them being complete and utter assholes at any given point. And so that's where I associate them the same way. It's like, you can always trust a cat to be a jerk. But with a dog, you never quite know where it's going to turn on you.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Never really thought about it like that.
I do, because I really want a cat and Veronica won't give me one. Or let me have one more appropriately. She hates cats.
One thing that really needs to be a thing is if you could adopt a puppy or a kitten or something just for a day and then give it back. It's like, I just wanted love for a day, but nobody does it. Honestly, that upsets me so much.
Uber
because they
did
wouldn't
something
get the pet
similar.
back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but that's okay because then you adopt the kitten or the puppy or whatever for yourself. And then, yeah, but I would always give it back because I don't want to have to pay for another cat. It's just too much hassle. But, I just, my cat hates me so much. I'd love to be able to just, adopt a kitten for a day just so that it can love me for a little bit. And then I can just be like, okay, I'm done now. You can have it back. Thank you.
Until it learns to
Uber
hate
did the
you.
thing where they have Uber Kittens Day and Uber Puppies Day where you can book in puppies or kittens at your office.
Well, we don't have Uber. We should. It's good.
Yeah.
Wait,
Very good.
they actually did that?
Yeah, it's with the RSPCA. and you can adopt them
okay.
on the day.
Melbourne or something.
Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane, I think.
Yeah. I want to
On
go
a
to
side
Melbourne.
note, did you hear about the American pizza company? I think it was Domino's that had a promotion. If you order 2 large pizzas and a Coke, you get a free kitten.
Oh,
No,
I
anyone's heard
think
about
I
that?
did. I think I did.
It lasted about 2 days before the American RSPCA got onto them.
Yeah. Yeah,
How
I
would
can't
that
remember. I think it was Pizza Hut.
Mm. What was that, Sarah? Oh, sorry, you're too busy stuffing your face.
Leave the fatty alone. I do what I want.
I do what I
Oh.
want.
You know it. Yeah, how would that like even be like? How would they even have enough for starters? Would they have like just like how would that even work?
You go to Walmart, you get a 6-pack of kittens for like $5.
Hey, no, Costco. You can get everything at Costco.
Ah, no, sorry, I forgot my American.
You can get a pallet of kittens at Costco.
Yeah, exactly. Way more kittens for your money.
Oh my god, I want a pallet of kittens now. That would be amazing.
Go to Costco.
More meow
I
for
think
your
our
buck.
closest one is what, in Canberra? Sydney, maybe?
Yeah, there we go. Alright. I'll go in there and ask that.
So road trip then? Yeah, it's on. Let's do it.
Cool.
Swimming. with them.
I'll drive. Was that Melbourne?
Oh.
Was that Melbourne or Brisbane? You said that was there.
Costco.
Canberra,
Yeah.
I think.
Canberra.
I know there's one in Canberra because I've been there.
Oh, that's boring.
What, in Canberra? Then you just
Yeah,
not trying hard
Canberra.
enough. Canberra. No,
Yeah.
it goes okay. You've just got to know where to go. You got to have the right tour guide.
Ah, right.
Yeah, I didn't mind
I'll
it
book you next
when
time.
when we're down there for Renee's wedding. Wedding. It wasn't
Had
too
a red
bad.
wedding, did she?
Oh god. No, we made it out of there. It's okay.
Yeah, we did. No one else did. Oh, I don't even watch Game of Thrones. Why am I making these references? Anyone ready for another interesting news story?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
Okay. All right. The opening headline is "Man dies after being tasered," but which isn't necessarily that funny. But wait, the full news article once it loads will just be worth it. Where are we? A Sydney man who was tasered after dousing police in petrol when they tried to stop him cutting down a power pole with a chainsaw has died in hospital.
Okay, now see, if that was in America, the cops would have shot him and he'd be dead anyway.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
I
So,
don't know about that.
if he like what if you said that he doused the police in petrol and they only take
yes,
like that's pretty fair. I'm sorry, but that is fair.
that's true. Especially after he was caught trying to cut down a power pole with a chainsaw.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why
Yeah.
would you like even risk your own life to do that to begin with? And then people are
The
idiots.
reason for that, tried to cut down the pole outside his Riverstone home in Sydney's west last week following a dispute with an energy provider.
So he was going to cut it down so that he had no power at all. What is he, like a caveman or something? Or a lumberjack? Doesn't need power, does he? He's happy to light up
I think
his little fire stove and boil a kettle over a little campfire and stuff, is he?
somehow I don't think he thought it through all the way.
Well, did he like live on a block of land, or was he like in a? So it's in Sydney. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's in Sydney, so I'm assuming it's like a residential property, like as in no residential, as in like in a cul-de-sac or some sort of
Yeah.
small house block. He wasn't out on a farm or anything, because I'm pretty sure the cops wouldn't turn up if it was a farmhouse somewhere.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Sydney's west.
That doesn't surprise
Riverstone.
me.
Riverstone is... Just looking at where Riverstone is now. It doesn't show me. Stupid figure. But even after he was, he's in his mind, he's cutting down the power pole because he didn't want to pay the exorbitant prices of Origin, or sorry, I shouldn't say names, of one of the electricity providers. When the police show up, surely a rational person would go, you know what? Maybe this isn't a good idea. But no, the reaction was, the cops are here, I'm going to start throwing petrol at them.
What? I'm actually surprised that there aren't more people these days in like in some sort of like mental care, just because they're obviously not functional humans, and do things like throw petrol on people. Why? There's no need for it.
No, I don't think he was in a good state of mind at the time.
I just still don't know why he was trying to cut down the power pole.
Obviously, he wasn't happy with the size of his bill.
He'd still have to pay it plus more for the damages. Because the power company ended up coming back and being like, yeah, so you damaged our property, so you can foot the bill for that.
I'm not sure if it's my connection, but I can't hear Sarah at all.
It could be me. Hello?
Yeah, could be me too.
Yeah, I can. It's working, I think.
Maybe it's just me.
Maybe it is you, Godfrey.
Hang on, I've got to stop the kids from fighting. And by kids, I mean the dog and the kid.
They're kids, they count. It works. So what's going on, Ben?
Not much. I'm trying to look for news stories, but I think Godfrey's got all of them. I don't know, you missed the Batman conversation.
Oh, I don't really have an opinion on it. I haven't seen the movie, so like all of my opinions are sort of... they can't really contribute to it, so that's okay.
Yeah, no, we haven't seen it either. It was just sort of saying, like, we think it'll be terrible.
Well, there's been a lot of different mixed reviews. Like, I've seen more than a handful of reviews and stuff of just of people on Facebook, half of them being like, oh, it was, so much better than what I thought. I don't know what people are talking about. But then on the other hand, I've also had a fair few people being like, oh, it was absolute rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
This and that, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It is one of those things that you can't judge from other people's point of view. Like, you've got to sort of see it for yourself and make your own sort of judgment calls.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going into it expecting something good. That's pretty much the attitude I'm going to go in with.
Well, to be honest with you, that's probably the attitude that I go into with most things. Because the moment that you start expecting, things to be absolutely amazing, you get there and you're so, like, you're so unimpressed with how everything turns out, you kind of go, oh, well, I was expecting a lot better.
Yeah.
But if you go in, you're sort of thinking to yourself, oh, yeah, okay, so it's had a few bad reviews. There is a good chance that it can be rubbish. You end up leaving it going, well, okay, so that was a bit better than I thought. I'm glad that I experienced that now. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's what I try and do most of the time.
I'm still gonna go see it, But yeah.
Yeah, well, there's no reason really not to. Like if you've got the time and the money, then you may as well like go for it. Like you're the only one that's stopping you, so.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Batman.
Yeah, we're
Of
recapping.
course.
I
Spoiler-free, I hope.
my little thing. That's all right. It's all done now.
Well, it's probably a good thing Swinny isn't on because this podcast would be you two arguing about whether Batman v Superman was good or not.
Again, I haven't seen it. I can't judge the movie, which is what everybody is talking about. I can only judge my opinion on everything but the movie. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was actually, if Swinny was on, I was going to reserve the last 10 minutes of this to be Sarah and Swinny arguing it out because that would be funny.
oh. Goodness.
I do like the what's come out of it. That sad Affleck video set to Sound of Silence is amazing. It's just so good.
Haven't seen it yet. You'll have to send me the link.
Oh yeah. Actually, we should put it on because then I can see your reaction to it. Because watching people's reactions to this video is amazing.
Yeah, except that anybody watching this won't be able to see the actual video.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's it. They can look it up themselves. You did turn monotonization off this time, didn't you?
No, but that's because it doesn't matter about when the audience can't see. It doesn't matter about the monetization. It's only when the audience can see what you're putting on, then it gets a bit, you know.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go. This is. Oh, did I get it? Yes. There we go. Okay. I think I'm bad at this.
Yeah,
No, it's loading on my side.
Mine's not at all.
Okay, Sarah, you might have to add the app. If you move around with the mouse on the. Oh, you're playing it, are you?
I don't know. I press play, but nothing's happening.
Yeah, maybe I'll just send you the link. Okay, let's. Oh shit!
No,
I pressed the
never
wrong button. Yeah. Okay. Let's just close that off. All right.
That's okay. We can do it another time.
Yes.
Just send me the link. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely look out for that. Because anything paying out Ben Affleck is always fun.
Oh come on! He was good in the Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah, but that's because it was Kevin Smith's writing.
I was going to say, yeah, that's because it was Kevin Smith.
The scene from Jay Silent Bob where he talked about himself is amazing.
It's true. And you have to leave reindeer games out of any sort of Ben Affleck conversation because that wasn't his fault.
What about Daredevil?
Oh yeah, Daredevil's just terrible. But
did
you guys know that
with the TV show?
Sorry?
It's redeemed itself with the TV show. The TV show is amazing.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah.
Because Ben Affleck's not in it.
Wow.
What?
Why don't you tell us some more about why you hate Ben Affleck?
I don't know. It's just annoying. Frustrates me. He just does. I can honestly say that I don't like anything that he's in. Except for anything that shit, I forgot his name now. Kevin Smith? Is that what we said just a minute ago? Yeah. Yeah, except for like anything that he writes, because generally a lot of the roles that are cast are to basically pay out whoever, so
That's fair enough. Watch
Okay.
Argo though. That will change your opinion of Ben Affleck.
Alright.
That's a couple. I'm pretty sure that Argo's another Kevin Smith one.
No.
Hmm.
Written, directed, and starring Ben Affleck.
Oh, fair enough. I
Fair
can't look it
enough.
up because my the phone I'm using at the moment I haven't put on IMDb. I changed phones again. Surprise, surprise.
And what did you get this time? Oh wait, no, I think you were telling me. You went back to iPhone?
No, not yet. That's coming later when my contract's closer to being out. No, I bought an Alcatel. An Alcatel. Yeah, it's a what do they call it? The Alcatel Pixie 3 4.5.
Yeah,
It's actually
right.
reasonably decent. Well, for $50, including postage.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Runs Android Lollipop, which will mean nothing to the iPhone user.
Hey, I know what it means. Thank you.
Okay. But for $50, it was pretty good. What was that, Sarah?
Oh, nothing. I was just picking on Ben.
Alright. Well, Apple just won a really big, or not won, but they got out of a really big court case with the FBI.
Yeah, that was interesting, especially because they haven't said how they unlocked the phone. Just that they were able to, and they've now dropped this case, which basically proved that they could always unlock the phone. They just wanted to set a precedent so they could say, hey, give us access to phones when we ask for it.
Well, something that I heard about that iPhone situation is that because they apparently for it to go to the point where they have to take it to court to force Apple to do what they wanted them to do, they had to, according to American law, they had to exhaust every possible option before doing that. So now that they've midway through the case found a way of doing it, it's gonna, if they ever try to do it again, it's gonna majorly hurt them in the court cases because they've, this time they didn't search hard enough, so maybe next time they won't either.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what everyone said was when they said that they needed Apple's help to do it. The general reaction was, "Really? Are you guys even trying?" Like,
Do you have any clue what we're talking about?
Was that aimed at me?
That last part. Do you know what we're talking about when it comes to this Apple thing?
Oh no, just in Ben's comment of they weren't trying hard enough. I was just going to say, does anybody really try hard enough these days? Like, it doesn't matter whether you work for Apple or, Telstra or fucking whatever. Yes, I put you in this. This is you. This is all aimed at you, Godfrey.
Shh, you're not supposed to tell which company I work for. Which of those two?
Yeah, I said one or other.
Yeah, one or the other.
But really, like, you think about a lot of the headlines these days, and you think of, do people these days just are they just born without that common sense of, okay, so that didn't work. Let me try something a little bit different. Like, nobody these days, nobody tries hard enough before reaching that sort of that last point. Does that make sense?
In my profession,
at
yes,
all?
it certainly does.
Yeah.
Like you see a lot of people these days that just jump from, plan A to plan B to plan Z, just because they don't want to keep trying.
Yeah.
And that can be said about so many different cases, not just this one, but there's so many different things. I don't know. That's all I have to say on the matter.
Yeah, well, I couldn't agree more. I spend my career, or at the moment, my job is fixing people's software problems on their phone, which, given a little bit of time, they could actually, do themselves if they gave it some effort. or stupid things like recovering passwords or helping them re-establish connection to their account, which they could have just Google searched how to do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just had a little clip running through my head just then. You guys know the IT crowd?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm having the biggest mental. The boss's son. So after the boss killed himself, when the boss comes in, he doesn't even know how to open his computer. That just ran through my head. He calls down to IT, can't open his laptop.
Well, the father was just as bad in that show.
Yeah. I thought he was great.
Did you not see the first episode where they were going in to dob in their manager because she knew nothing about computers, and when they realized it wasn't a good idea to dob her in, they told the boss that they installed some voice activating software on his computer, and all he had to do was speak loudly to it. So he's picking up the mouse going, "Hello, hello."
I love that show. I need to watch it again.
I think I'm totally going to watch it after this.
That's a good idea, actually.
But it's all on my hard drive, which I left at my other mother's house, and I was there for like 2 hours today.
Your other mother?
Pretty sure it's on Netflix.
I was going to say, wait.
It
Is your
is
mother
true.
a lesbian? Did you have two mothers?
No.
No.
I have my mother, and then I have Matt's mother, and then I have my other mother, who was my mother when I was a teenager, and then I have my Canberra mother. That's 4.
Right.
It makes
Is that
sense.
4 mothers?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
They all have their own names, so it's okay.
That's all good. That's all good. My mind just went to lesbian parents having a child.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope, nothing at all. I'm just going to continue drinking my beer now in silence. Okay, so news article time.
Okay, go.
All right, this one will be a bit more of a local-based one, so it's not national news. But see if you can know what's going on here with this one. Yes, you heard that. Former Down Under nightclub licensee banned statewide for 10 years. 10 years!
Because he hadn't already retired, like, almost a year before this sentencing.
Yeah, because he knew what was coming.
Yeah.
Disqualified from holding a liquor license.
Yeah, the downside to that is that that's still tied to that venue. So anyone who wants to buy it, they can't serve booze there after 1 a.m.
Serious?
Yeah.
I thought it was just under his name. It wasn't actually the nightclub itself.
No, it's because the venue has so many strikes against it that even if someone completely different buys it, they're still restricted.
Well, I think they would be restricted anyway, though, because once Down Under closed, I know that the Pier and there was somewhere else, they actually extended their hours so that they could continue serving alcohol after 12. Because the Pier would close at 12.
Yeah.
And that would always annoy me so much because I'd be like, why wouldn't they stay open longer? And the reason being is because there were already so many clubs that were open to a certain point, and they were open later. So once they closed, I think they extended their hours from, I think they're serving at like 11 or something. So I think they now serve until about 1, but I don't know. It's been that long since I've been there.
Yeah, that makes sense though. I did see in that article though that their original liquor license was from like 10 a.m. until 3 a.m. Like, that is just ridiculous.
What, for the Pier or for Down Under?
No, for Down Under.
I remember
original
reading that.
license.
It was like, Yeah. In saying that, though, you have to remember that Down Under has been a part of Port Macquarie for like the last how many decades?
Yeah.
Like it hasn't always been called Down Under. It's had many other names, but you've got to think of how long it's been running in this town.
Well, this will show my age as well as the age of Down Under. When I used to go there, we used to be able to do shots at the bar, and we could smoke anywhere inside. Can you imagine
yes, I
smoking
remember.
Down Under?
Yeah, I was part of it. I was down there when you could smoke in there. I remember they had the middle section of this underground non-ventilated club was the smoking area. But you couldn't smoke on the outside area because that would make such a huge difference.
And the dance floor.
Yeah. It was just, you'd go down there, it's just a massive haze. You can barely see in front of you. It was awful.
And then people started smoking.
I never had to experience that.
There used to be, they had to get rid of them really quickly. They used to have these big giant solid glass ashtrays that they'd have on all the tables. And they switched to plastic shortly. Unrelated, shortly after I moved to Port Macquarie, they had to get rid of them because they, on numerous occasions during a late night drunken bar brawl, the glass ashtrays got flung across the room. And I never saw anybody get hit with them, but you should see what happens when they hit the back mirrors. That was fun.
That would have been hilarious. Devastating, but hilarious.
Yeah. That's why I'm glad I was always seated when those sort of things erupted.
Seated or asleep with cans of premixed bourbon in your trench coat.
Hey, I wasn't wearing the trench coat when it happened, okay? And you know what? If I didn't have two of those damn things in my pocket, it would have been a perfect excuse that it was a mobile phone. I would have gotten away with it. You know that story, don't you, Sarah?
Oh, possibly. I was probably told it once upon a time.
Yeah, a long time ago. Basically, I got caught asleep in one of the booths, so when they went to kick me out, I asked for my trench coat at behind in the DJ booth, and they felt around in my pockets and found a can of Woodstock, and my drunken excuse was, it's my mobile phone, which they said, oh, it's kind of big, isn't it? And my response was, yeah, it's very big. And then when they asked the question of why is there two of them, I didn't have such a quick answer. Yep. I was then told I was banned.
How old were you when this happened?
I don't know, 25. So they banned me.
You got banned from Down Under.
Well, when I was leaving, after they said I was banned, I went to the bouncer and said, so how long am I banned for? And he said, I'll come back tomorrow night. So there's no doubt as to why they closed down.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Well, on that high note of yours, Godfrey, I may have to sign off and leave you there.
Oh, all right. Well, we've run an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh,
so I definitely think it's time we stop the podcast altogether. But just for something for you guys to look up at a later date, just to leave you off with one last news article of just think about this after we disconnect. Dutch police train eagles to snatch unwanted drones out of the sky.
I have heard that. I have read that. That is fantastic.
There's some brilliant video footage of this eagle swooping in from the sky and grabbing this air drone and dragging it to the corner of the room and trying to disassemble
it. I will. Shoot me through the link. I want to check that out.
Nice. All right. Well, that will be the end of Angry Pretzels 1.3. Hopefully in the next week or so, or maybe after one or two more podcasts, we'll actually put this to its own channel as opposed to mine. And the kid comes in at the last moment. Hold on one moment.
Oh, nice. That's a good point as Danny to finish on.
Yeah, I think it's time to suspend. So, so that'll be it for tonight, and join us again in another 2 weeks. Say hi, Xander.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Bye, guys.
Professional podcast over. Bye.
Bye.